bathroom. Look at the shower. Oh my god, done big ass ghost in the last night shower. Oh my god, that was a big ass ghost. Filming. Oh my god, done too many ghosts. Let's look inside the closet.
Oh, oops. Sorry, did I scare you? That actually scared me too when I watched it the first time. That right there is one of our goons named Spooky Charles. On Awful Ween, I was telling you all about Spooky Charles and how I've done a deep dive into his life, and I found things I thought we'd never find. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially entered a rabbit hole. And we haven't been in a rabbit hole like this in a long, long time. Now, there's a lot to unpack just from that video alone. But if you don't know, Spooky Charles, he's a guy named Charles who believes in ghosts. He really, truly believes in ghosts. Not only that, he believes he is the right hand of God. According to Luke 12:2, he's the bringer of the law, motherfucker.
I'm the bringer of the law, motherfucker. Luke 12:2. Peace.
Spooky Charles. So, Spooky Charles, we've talked to him many, many times on this show, or about him many times on this show. He's one of my favorite aspects. He's one of my favorite goons for sure, and we have people always clamoring for more Spooky Charles. He's a hard guy to get a hold of. I've asked him to come back on the show. I've called him at his home. I've done many, many things. He won't come back on the show. Well, that's fine, but I have uncovered a treasure trove of Spooky Charles goodies, including, but not limited to, his real name, because it ain't Charles, the fact that he used to be a comedian on YouTube making lots of comedy videos, the fact that he ran to be a senator of the United States of America, and some much stranger and much sadder stuff. I'm going to unveil something to you guys that may tug a little bit at the heartstrings, but it's all going to be wrapped in this question. There's a big question hanging over the Spooky Charles head now, and it's hard for me to even bring this up because it kind of takes away from the mythos of Spooky Charles. You see, Spooky Charles, he's one of our most insane goons, and that's saying something. It's truly saying something. Spooky Charles is wacky. He's out there. And while he told us early on in our knowing him that he used to do comedy and stuff, after my deep dive, and even just this video that's on his Brooklyn Haunting YouTube channel, and it's one of the first ones, you see something like this, and you've got to wonder, is he serious about all of this? I have my theories, and we will go into all of them on my deep dive here tonight. But this is a Pizza Fund only show. So if you'd like to see this full episode, which will probably go an hour and a half, 2 hours or so, you got to join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. We built our own Patreon. I don't run ads on this channel. I don't have sponsors, no gods, no masters. We try to be cool as a cucumber here. I hate ads. I assume you guys do too. Don't you hate sitting there waiting for that skip button? So I try to be cool. I try to get rid of the ads for you. So instead, the way we monetize our channel, we got a Patreon-like thing, but I hate Patreon, so we built our own. It's called the Pizza Fund. You can find it over at podawful.pizza. Tonight's episode is, of course, $12 level and up. Many levels to choose from, starting at $1. And, of course, if you join that $12 section, you get immediate access to our archive of content, years and years worth of content, more stuff than you'll ever be able to get through. Friday Night Hangout Explosions, our Friday shows in the $6 level. Craigslist Roulette from our $1 level, and all the archives, all the upcoming live shows, everything, $12 level and up, podawful.pizza.
podawful.pizza.
All right, so help me win this war against advertising and join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. This is my only job.
Have been inundated with calls from young men just like you, old men, all kinds of men. They're about to eat some pussy, and they get upset. They're like, I don't want to catch throat cancer. So they're calling our operators, and they're asking our operators, is it okay if I eat pussy? Now, our operators, they like a different type of question every now and then. But they're not medical experts. They're not trained to answer these types of questions. Now, my father, my pappy, he took me on the side one day. He said, hey, Bloom.
That is something a Brooklyn guy says all the time. My father, my father. That's not even him doing a character. That's just in his head. You know, my father, my poor dad, my father, you know. Oh, he had it rough. This is, you know what, every white Brooklynite, like real Brooklyn guy, he says, my father. And then every dark-skinned of any variety, any stripe, any person of color, what did we call them? The diverse. Any of the diverse of Brooklyn who you hear them walking around outside your window talking way too fucking loud. Here's what you're going to hear them say. They're going to go, my daughter. Yo, my daughter. Oh, my daughter. They took away my daughter. They say I don't pay my taxes. I don't get my daughter. Oh, my daughter. Oh, he took my daughter. He tried to take my daughter. I can't tell you how many times I heard that living in fucking New York City. My daughter. You almost never saw white Brooklyn guys, though. They stay in their own neighborhoods. They don't really come out. But when I worked as an extra in TV and movies, that they would work on those jobs. They're like the crew on those jobs. So you'd hear those guys, my father. Oh, my father. You know, my father. Oh, my father. He wore one of the most beautiful tracksuits. I swear to God. My father. You know, my father. He had to go right on his Dumbler. I don't know where that came. The other day I posted a video. It was like a couple weeks ago now, I guess. I posted that video of me being a Brooklyn guy. What did I say? Something about a tumbler. I gotta go right in my Dumbler. Something about the idea of a Brooklyn guy having a tumbler. It's very funny to me. Oh, my father, he used to write beautiful poetry in his Dumbler. He used to write the most beautiful poetry in his Dumbler. I swear to God. All the beautiful poetry he would write in his Dumbler. You know, my father, he was gender fluid. You know, I say he preferred they. I can't. On God, I can't. But in his time, in his dime, he would prefer to be called a they. And he used to write the most beautiful poems on his Dumbler.
If it smells good, eat it. You know, if you question a piece of pussy, smell it. If it smells...
Sorry, nigga. This content right here is Pizza Fund's own.
podawful.pizza.
This shit is beefer.
podawful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.